body snatcher, bro. She's fucked up.
Hey, everybody! It's the Normies. It's the Normies, and we're here to watch My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 19.
How do you keep track?
I'm just more of a hero than anyone. What, sir? Yeah.
What?
That's I was
you
trying
going for a joke?
I was trying, yeah, it kind of felt more of a hero than anyone. Who? What does that mean? Who's that?
Young Bakugo.
I need a hero.
Endeavor.
Bakugo.
I don't know, guys. I'm feeling All Might's gonna be back. This is gonna be a really good episode.
Alright, I think it's gonna be Bakugo. I think someone's gonna be like, damn, the Bakugo kid, he's a more hero than anyone because I don't know, he saved someone last time.
Maybe it was a group effort.
I think it's
But he specifically went for the saving and not the.
That was surprising.
He's usually, I know Todoroki had to fight the guy who had his he's usually Mr. Exploding Man. It's about sliding go, I hope so.
Oh my god. I hope that we learn Bakugo's hero name finally.
Greg.
Oh my god, this is gonna be a Bakugo episode. They're right. This is gonna be so good.
You think so? I feel like we've gotten a lot of Deku, Baku, and Todo focus. Maybe we should.
Alright. I would like some sliding go, or honestly, Hawks. Yeah, honestly, yeah, because debatably, because he's playing so many sides and he's ultimately good. So he's doing things that no other hero can or will do. He is more of a hero.
Can you imagine Endeavor trying to be a bad guy?
I feel like
I feel like he lacks subtlety though. like Hawks is like, hey, you guys got an organization going on? I'm here, and Endeavor's just like on fire the whole time.
I think he would be very similar to Ida trying to be a villain.
Yeah.
The name of villain.
That'd be so cool.
Well, let's get into it, guys. Remember, this is not a market substitute. Please watch it on Funimation before you come hang out with us on our reactions and reviews. If you want to see the uncut, it's on our Patreon, along with lots of other goodies. Support us there. It helps us grow the channel, and everything you see here is because of your guys' support. Comment down below. It helps us out with engagement. Hit the like button because it helps us out with the algorithm. Only you have the power to get us to 1 million.
So you heard the man, and in fact, I'm calling it now. By the end of the week, because of you guys, we're gonna be at 1 million.
Oh my god.
Let's do it because of this one video right here.
Yeah, that's it.
And if not, then Rona has to dye her hair like Todoroki for the rest of her life.
I'll actually dye it for real. If we get to 1 million, I'll actually make my size, bleach my hair, ruin my hair, and dye it just for you.
By the end of the week.
Million?
By the end of the week, we get 1 million.
Okay, yeah. Only by the end of the week.
Only you have the power.
Somebody Photoshop it.
Alright.
I just need her fooled long enough for the dye to set it.
And now,
Play the damn show before I piss myself. Funimation? I like Funimation.
It's okay if you don't forgive me.
Oh yeah.
Yes, this was amazing.
That's editorial if I want to atone.
The shape of the Todoroki family was about to transform.
I do not love this song. It's like a video game song written by an algorithm.
Listen! Smart
A mild spoiler, and it's not gonna spoil you guys, but I saw what their costumes look like in the movie coming up, and it's fucking sick. Crazy.
but it's changed.
I'm not gonna tell you though. I'm just telling you that the costume change is absolutely
The movies are
sick for the movie.
non-canonical, right?
And then the third term began.
Damn.
My classmates, a happy new year to you all!
Yes, Happy New Year, everyone!
We'll each share our accomplishments, challenges, etc. from over the winter break. It's time to suit up and head over to Ground Alpha.
Ground Alpha?
Alright, good. Andy, you're really revving hard today.
Indeed, you're revving hard.
Thankfully, manually, it was just 1 week, but he taught me well. How to work hard without being uptight.
What the
Wow. You fucking look irate.
Mr. Isaac, would like to report to the staff from immediately.
Is that a car?
Get the new Uraraka rest. Oh crap, that's heavy.
Hey, what you got in here?
Aww.
That makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah, now you're just
Super sus.
It's not what you think,
Oh my god!
Fuck that
Just
shit.
keeping it close for now.
my god.
Keeping it safe.
Whoa, you mean you mastered that weird new power?
Hold on, Ghost.
That was
Very
very
black ribbons.
Yeah, it's called Blackwood.
That's what happens. You learn faster when your work studies with number one.
Like it's almost unfair for the rest of us.
But it's strong.
What's your problem? Stupid!
He's dead, bro.
I gotta make my body move as fast as my brain.
Take that out of it.
Cotton candy!
The sense of speed is too different.
Everyone was
So you
ignoring
can't
it.
keep it going.
And I am here, the symbol of sweets!
This is all he has now.
Where's Mr. Aizawa?
What is
And an urgent matter arose.
Whoa.
What you gonna do, present Mike? Fucking got drug dealing about stuff?
Yeah,
That does look like they're gonna get some serious ass shit.
Time to find out where all these bastards go.
I bet Mr. Sukauchi and the others have just got it wrong.
No, they pegged the possible law.
But indulge me.
What?
Whose bodies have been radically bioengineered to withstand multiple quirks. They're not living humans.
Oh god.
They're marionettes with no will of their own.
Great Reno?
We skipped our classes to come here. So let's get to the point, shall we?
Calm down, bro.
To provide
What is going on?
This guy's a core member of the League of Villains.
I'll talk about trivial stuff. But when it comes to info that would put the League at a disadvantage,
What they got?
it goes non-responsive. Like someone flipped his off switch. So it took us a long time to figure out what was going on.
Oh, this guy.
We've identified the factor that served as the base. It belonged to a kid you were quite familiar with in your UA days. A young boy who lost his life way too soon while working.
Oh, fuck.
We found out that this base quirk is a very close match to Oboro Shirakumo's.
Oboro Shirakumo.
Once upon a time,
Oh, that's their age.
we were working hard to become heroes together.
I've been thinking when we graduate, we should start a hero agency. Sure, but no fighting about money, Kay. Goes without saying.
I don't know.
Let's just do it.
When Oboro Shirakumo died, he and I were doing our work study together.
Damn.
He got caught in a collapsing building. He dreamed of the three of us starting an agency, but died right after sharing those plans with us. Kurogiri is a kind of Normie, and there's a high probability that the base of his quirks was adapted by using Oboro Shirakumo's remains.
Damn, where's Narco
Do you
shit?
remember what they used to call us? Class A's 3 dumb egos.
Do you want to know why we often attack UA? Where else can one find such a concentration of outstanding quirks? He went on to say it was like being a dog
Never seen them.
at a 5-star restaurant.
Jeez.
Before the cremation, he just swapped out Oboro Shirakumo's body and turned him into one of his insane Roman marionettes.
He's a no.
Made him as pure evil, which rarely, if ever, makes sense. You still haven't explained why you brought us here. Take the noble that Endeavor defeated in Kyushu. The report says it had a distinct personality. When they analyzed its DNA, they found that its original body belonged to a common hoodlum who made his living as an underground street.
Oh wow.
I fought Kurogiri in UA. He spoke completely differently than Shirakumo, and he didn't have any notable reaction
He
to it.
seemed to be his own person.
Maybe because they could see if his altered memories, or the memories they erased, would affect the way he carried out orders. Who knows?
Damn, we're about to see Interrogation. Good luck.
Bro, it's so hard to take him serious with
Oboro
this shit.
Shirakumo
This is
is
like,
like
he's serious.
I've never seen President Mike so serious.
Right? Stop.
You really think we can reawaken Shirakumo?
Try anything.
His family.
This is good.
If you two can't get through to him, we're going to ask them to see him next.
I would never allow his parents to think their son became something so disgusting.
Wow.
What an unexpected guest.
Even when Eraser looks at him, the haze hangs around, because his body doesn't have a normal form. This freak is nothing like our old friend Shirakumo.
How is Sora Shiraki doing? He hasn't been captured, has he? I don't know. I see. What a shame.
Should have said
Are
yes.
you concerned about Shigaraki? Indeed, it's my duty to look after him.
Yes, me!
Okay.
Why would anyone want to have to take him?
I'm not the type to neglect a friend.
No, there is some similarities there. You got a big ass hand, bro.
I remember the kind of guy who had taken a stray kitten after I had pointedly ignored it.
Little kitty kid. This guy.
What are you here to accomplish? I didn't have a heart like you.
Hi, I'm Shirakumo. So nice to meet you, Shota buddy. The cafeteria seats are gonna fill up. Come on! I'll lend you my goggles. They'll hide and protect your eyes so you can get in close. Check it out. Now we match.
You acted on instinct.
She was such a Deku.
I overthought.
Is this a confession? Well, you aren't in church, and I'm certainly not a priest.
Damn.
Never worrying about consequences, despite the fact that a single misstep would mean your death. Yamada and I are teachers now. I've been incredibly strict with my students.
Word on the street is you expelled quite a few of them.
As bad as when he expelled us. Yikes.
I mean, it sucked, but we all grew because of that experience.
No. There are plenty of ways to help us grow without expelling us.
When these naive kids get the two mixed up, I can expel them, give them a little death so they'll learn.
Wow.
Then I'll re-enroll them. That way they know what's at stake and they'll strive to reach even higher lessons.
I didn't want them to become heroes to value their own lives in the name of empty justice.
I wanted them to be like you.
I wanted to shape them into heroes who motivate and inspire.
And I want all the greatest heroes to live long, happy lives.
Shirakumo,
If there's any trace of my bread left at all,
we can still do it.
Damn, nice.
we can be heroes.
Do it! Talk more!
Where's Shiraki hiding?
Okay, don't ask those basic ass
That
questions.
is true. And all that's left of my friend is sitting behind this glass. Nothing will ever bring him back.
Yeah.
Tell me, the monster who did this to you, when you last saw me, when you attacked Yue, did you really feel nothing at all?
What the fuck?
And we were all going to become heroes together!
Oh my god! He restabilized.
I am Kurogiri, the protector of Tomura Shigaraki.
Yeah, it's like somebody.
That was a good effort, though.
Yeah.
Nothing you're saying
He's actually in
makes
this
sense to me.
There he is! Oh
You
my
can see his hair.
god!
His brainwaves, quiet!
Just do it like this.
Come on, Shirakumo!
Bro, what the?
Us in the hospital.
Hey!
He was in the
Right
hospital.
Yeah. And this fucking body snatcher, bro. She's fucked up.
The risk that's enough.
In the hospital? What hospital?
That's
When
confirmed.
they took him to die, they switched out his bodies.
Are your eyes okay?
They're a bit dry, no big deal.
Yeah, dry, bro.
He said hospital. It seemed like we were close to getting something more specific.
Emotional roller
That's
coaster,
correct,
yo.
Yuri.
You shut down like you short-circuited or something.
The three of you had some big dreams back in the day. I made you reopen painful wounds.
That's a big ass.
These Nomu, what exactly are they?
I thought he was
such
a Nomu.
monsters.
Right?
It's like making a fine wine. To get the juice, one must trample the grapes.
My sole concern here is ensuring there will be no further victims.
Just trampling grapes for one for all. I mean, all for one.
We appreciate your hard work.
Yeah!
I'm busy right now. I'll have to pass.
Yep.
What was that? You're always turning to me, man. I mean, I'm the number 2 guy after all.
Impressive.
Want anything?
Black coffee with lots of milk and tons of sugar.
Oh, you got it.
Just gonna leave your phone.
Trust ball.
The pieces have fallen into place.
Trust me.
A human with his ego still perfectly intact. The ultimate being whom All for One and I have sought all this time. Better than I ever imagined.
What the What was this episode? Holy shit.
Very thick emotional core there.
Man. That
This
was
was different.
that was crazy.
That, and I'm surprised this happens like fairly quickly. Like they introduced like a whole new concept,
Yeah.
and there's no mystery. Like, I mean, there's just a few more things we don't know. But
Right. It's just giving a lot of meaning to things we've seen already.
Yeah.
Like Nomus are
it changes a lot.
I guess
Yeah.
Nomus have been like the constant.
But just to think that like they can fucking body snatch people now.
So we started this episode learning that we're in our 3rd term with 3 months left.
So-
what shall we learn?
But that's what. How long do they go to school for? So I thought that hero school might have took as long as regular school does. But if he said that, and before I knew it, we were in a towards the end, 3rd term with only 3 more months to go. Does that mean like they only do like 4 terms of school, like 4 semesters? So 2
Feels
years?
like that. No, like
So, did he say it's almost over? Did he mean the school year or school in general? I think.
school year.
School year.
But okay. So
They're
they're
in
gonna go
their
to school
first
for
Yeah.
a handful of years.
I'm gonna guess 4.
Should we cut this general confusion, James, since we talk about this every time?
How long? Do we always talk about how long they go to school for?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Got it.
Alright, so an emotional core to this episode. It was interesting for me seeing Present Mike being emotional. You never see him doing anything outside of like, hey, I'm announcing stuff.
Because he has stupid hair. Then it's hard to take him serious.
Yeah. And when Aizawa went back, man, they had their own little Deku Bakugo Todoroki trio back in the day, and really sucks to see your friend trapped in there like that. Like, he was definitely in there. You know, it's touch and go at first. It was like, is he even listening? But yeah, there's some semblance of him in there.
Yeah, Kurogiri kind of feels like an android or something. Like, I didn't know. Well, maybe it's that big thing around his neck, the metal thing.
Yeah.
That was like, oh no, it's kind of, I don't know, fucking attaché.
Yeah, he always felt like a different thing than a Nomu, but I always thought the Nomus were that, like, they had that black look to them, and they had a specific kind of look to them.
Well, to me, like, what changes a lot is his relationship with Shigaraki. Because I thought that he genuinely cared for Shigaraki, but it turns out he was just brainwashed.
He's like, yeah, like fucking Manchurian bodyguard.
He's like, yeah, he's basically just like, he doesn't genuinely care. He's programmed to be there like a fucking robot nurse.
Don't get me wrong,
I can't believe that's it's a person. So I wonder if that was his like actual quirk, or if that was like, you know, like if Oberon's.
Well, yeah, I guess we never got to figure out what their homie's quirk was, but knowing what it was, because they were like, there's pieces of it there, so maybe they were able to combine some stuff, because that's what they've been doing with the numbers anyway.
That's just so sad. You're like they're using the base of his like death body and building on that. That's just so sad.
I wonder if they're using anything else of it, like of his mind though. Like, 'cause he obviously has some information on like what UA looks like and like the facilities they used him.
I feel like they've broken the UA so many fucking times they prior.
Sure. Yeah.
If you didn't know that motherfucker.
All for one is like, yeah, that's why we keep attacking the school. It's the best possible plan, and they somehow can never ever see it coming.
Yeah.
Well, Cemento's built all these concrete walls, and now all the kids live at the school, so they're working.
It's kind of crazy though. They're making all these like nomus and stuff out of humans, but they're not taking into account like they're not fully dead, so they are have still like the subconscious and everything underneath there. You're not creating the perfect monster, but you are creating something.
Well, no, so
But didn't they say they built him out of body parts?
yeah, they said.
He was dead.
So as I was like, yeah, so what, they can retain information even after death. So
Yeah,
it's
like,
the whole
yeah,
thing.
that's
So they got this man's dead brain or whatever.
Or was he dead?
He said he got crushed by a building, and then he said so they can
But
get information out of him after death.
His head face seemed to be intact under.
I thought that was like a fucking image. His head face should be like a pancake. I thought that was like visual representation.
Like a metaphor.
Yeah.
No,
I really feel like Aizawa.
Like that was his physical.
I
I thought he was under there.
Where he would look like Frankenstein, like pieced back
Well, that's what I'm
together.
saying. Maybe
chunks.
I thought it was told one thing and it was like, especially if the hospital was on some shady shit.
Yeah. So maybe he was dead and he went. Could be a thing.
This was a really good Aizawa episode though. I love seeing him get really emotional and everything, from yelling at the FBI guy like, no, you are not gonna let his parents see the thing he's become, or let him think that he's this kind of thing. That was like really good for you, Aizawa. Also seeing the flashback of why he started like expelling people and re-bringing them back in. It all goes back to Obero's death as well. And he's carried that with him his whole life, and I really like that kind of like explanation. And really makes Aizawa who he is. Really sad that they never became heroes or opened school together. But they're doing
agency.
Yeah, agency. But they're doing hero work on their own, like this through Obero's memory, and it's just really beautiful.
Yeah, it explains his expulsion technique.
Yeah, I
so
like
it's gonna
it
expel him
now.
and bring it back. Just put the fear of God in them. But like, he's also been that tough on 1A for constantly going beyond the rules or like doing hero work when they're not, when they don't have their
In
license
empty
yet.
name of justice. I
So
was like,
it makes sense.
damn.
Like he lost somebody.
Yeah.
During the work study of all things.
And they've been on they almost died fighting Stain.
Definitely.
That was about to be real ugly.
And like, do you guys think that it is empty justice, or is there justice kind of thing for all? Like, any deed you do, there is some kind of like justice behind it. Yeah, it could like your life is involved, but like somebody's gonna do it.
Real world or My Hero World?
My hero. I don't know. I don't
No
know.
justice, no peace.
I don't know where. Like everywhere, I guess. Find this everywhere.
All for One needs to die. I don't know why this is alive. I've mentioned this several times and I will keep mentioning it until he dies.
So,
euthanize
this motherfucker. Dude.
Their homie died, right? So how many people survived because he died? Right? Like how much good did it bring the world that he put his life on the line? At a work study. He could have become a bigger hero. He could have done better. And they said that he was running out and just like being like the first to go in without thinking about the consequences, which is brave, but I mean, he cut his life short. So I don't know, if he'd held back a little bit more and waited until he knew more and learned more, would he be able to do more in the future? Like Deku and them, they always rush out to do their shit. I mean, they're protagonists, so you know, it's their story. So they're able to like bounce back, but I feel like realistically, like how many Stains can you fight? How many when they went in to go save Bakugo, like how many of those can you do before you absolutely get murdered, especially as a kid? You know what I mean? So I think that like that story for them is like kind of realistic, where it's like, hey, you keep jumping out in front, you're gonna get popped eventually. That doesn't mean don't be brave. I mean, you know, just know that you're putting your life on the line. It's not just an empty expression of actually putting your fucking life on the line.
Yeah, it's good to show that there are consequences to some of the lessons we are instilled in the show, like be brave, be bold, and courageous, like Deku's always jumping out there, like you say, but there's just as easily could have gone the other way for them.
Yeah.
Luckily it hasn't yet, but we're reminded that it
Especially with Sting. He was handling it and being like, I'm gonna stab all y'all slowly. That's kind of what's happening. Like even fighting against Shisaki, I mean they had the chance to like lose their court, you know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Maybe
and
they could have. Yeah. And I mean maybe for that, like you see the consequences of that shit. But like that one didn't feel like it was life or death. I know that it was like a really big bad fight, but they were like, though your worst case scenario is that you're gonna lose your superpower, which is like really, really bad for you. But with Stain, it was like they're in an alley with a bad guy and it's only 3 of them and no one else is around. He's like, bro, I'm paralyzing y'all and stabbing y'all.
It was Ida, Todoroki, and Deku?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and Ida was not playing at his full potential. He was like kind of throwing wrenches at it. Todoroki was still just doing it. Yeah. I think he got like fucking paralyzed or something. Like, he was like that bad. And like, Todoroki was still just doing that like giant ice wall thing. And like, they had nothing for that. And Deku wasn't even all the way up to fighting Force either. So they were
doing his full Cali.
Absolutely, like, they were on the cuff of getting murdered. And like, I think that's how that shit would go.
So far, we're just like Lemillion. It just reminds me of like a star NFL quarterback in high school. Like it's like a leg injury, and now he's playing anymore.
Like,
so what else? Or even like Red Riot fighting
pretend like, oh yeah, he could have seriously fucked.
Right, every season is whenever it ends up just bad guys alone in them. It's like, yo, this could be the fight where like there's no one here to help you, bro. I mean, you're gonna go as hard as you can, but if that dude's able to go 2% harder, you might be dead.
What was this episode called? Someone like more of a
hero than anyone.
Oh,
yeah.
How do you guys feel about Deku basically mastering Black Whip in a week compared to other people who did not get the same treatment?
They said master. I don't know if you actually mastered it. You've only seen them use it like with the card.
No, he said master.
He said master. He has to use his brain as fast as
I mastered it.
Maybe that's just like them being like, okay, it took us 5 seasons to get through one here. We gotta. We got 6 other court stakes.
Like he's saying, you mastered it, but you don't fucking know. How would you know? You've had it for a week. How do you know the limit? I don't know. Like it's just like, you know, I thought it was like
you have not been pushed.
Like kids talking shit. Like Brad totally mastered guitar. It's like for real. He's like, yeah, man, I can play like through the flames of fire. It's like,
I think he can control it.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly if they said master.
What are you pointing at?
I think he. Of course, I'm trying to recall. So yeah, no, he explained it. Like he has to move. His brain has to move as fast as his body or something.
I think his body has to move as fast as his brain, right?
What?
That's what Deku said.
You're talking about the Black Whip?
Yeah.
No, I mean, no. What? He said that in this episode?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when he was actually talking to the guy, one of the ones for all.
The vestiges.
He told him that like he's like stemming from anger and he's to like control his emotion when he's in battle and like not be vindictive and things like that.
I will say it happened kind of fast. No, I just mean like if he did master it, I'm like, damn, bro. All right.
But I think
it was like it's gonna take you forever to master this, and
but he's at experience now with his quirk a little bit.
Yeah, yes, that's one part, but like also he's not like an anger-prone person, so I think this part of the quirk is easier for him to manage because it depends on his like controlling his moves.
Well,
Yes, you know.
I mean, I don't give a shit. I'd say rush this man along.
Like there's
trying to
probably
see what's happening.
gonna be like other aspects of One for All that are going to be difficult for him to. Like it's probably going to take maybe several seasons for him to master.
Yeah,
maybe Blackwood was the easiest, but the other powers.
Yeah, like the other power, All Might's power was just like like just forced.
And he still doesn't even have control.
He had to like work out, and that's like a long process.
And I mean, he still
It's control. He doesn't have like complete control.
Yeah, he can't go 100%.
He's still like 20% comfortable, and then everything beyond that is still breaking bones and shit.
So how come all the girls don't know that Otaku definitely has a crush on Deku?
They
It's
do,
like
right?
super obvious,
They do.
right?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I acted literally like her once in high school. Like, no, in all obvious. I was like, Jesus Christ,
You
after.
drop a doll of your
Not a doll.
precious favorite idol.
Not a doll.
That's
I just made it obvious I had a crush in high school. But yeah, I feel you,
It's
girl.
all high school.
I feel you. It's kind of hard to get, your emotions and check in front of people. You like a boy for the first time, like, oh my god, what do I do?
You think they understand the gravity of the situation?
Also,
There was like a 1%
Should we just
change
cast
to her.
them
Yeah,
for-
there was like a 1% change to her costume.
Her ears, like that's it. Like, really dig the new style.
well, she has that she has that whole face shield thing that she wears sometimes. So
It's
I
going
felt
down. It's like bunny ears. Now she looks like Diva a little bit.
She looks like Deku.
He does look like Diva.
Oh, she doing the ears to be the one like Deku.
Oh my gosh, she's
Hey.
her own woman.
She's a fan girl.
Is she?
Not in anime.
Yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. Anyway, you guys, Hawks, it's really nice seeing Hawks again. He's playing it really cool. I don't know.
Fox is great.
Hanging out
I
with
would
twice.
like to see him for more than a minute.
I know.
What the fuck is going on?
He's been on the phone for like 90% of his history time.
Yeah.
Like, where did. Okay, alright, I'll be right.
I love the fact that every time he sheds a feather, he's basically just plotting like a microphone.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering why he left his phone in there. I was like, well, maybe he's going to spout on with his phone. I was like, well, no, he can hear shit with his. I was like, maybe he's going to record it because he can't record with his feathers, right?
I
That
don't
would be
know,
crazy.
but they said that they've implanted like microphones into his wings.
Yeah.
So
So then, yeah.
maybe some of them have like microphones on
They're
them.
probably like, I wish you stopped hanging out with Twice because no one tells Twice anything for obvious reasons.
I think it was a trust.
Fucking idiot.
He was a trust thing. Like, look, I don't care. I'm leaving my phone behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go through it.
Man, I ain't no fucking trust shit. You'd easily have 5, 10 phones. You're the number 2 hero, bro. You for 100 phones. Ooh, just another burner out here. I don't trust you. Shit.
Even though an important lady did call him from that phone, he did not delete the call. Like,
You don't know that.
there's evidence on that phone.
It is.
It
but-
might be like a special phone that doesn't keep history of calls.
Or Hawks uses NordPass VPN.
Oh my god!
That would have been great.
That would have been great. Not this week, but check it out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Will they find the
moving
hospital?
forward. You said this season's coming towards an end.
I mean,
There's only
it's only like
6
25
episodes.
episodes, so like 6 more after
6
this.
episodes.
What is this season about?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, Chris.
The hell
Training,
shoulder up, you can't
learning.
make.
No, that was only 2 episodes. Those were good episodes for sure. We only got like 2 of those, and then it was a lot of training. It started with Hawks, and like season 4 kind of ended with like the Hawks and everything. And I feel like we just like barely been getting a glimpse of it.
We're killing one for all in this season.
I mean,
The Liberation Front and like the army and the war to come. But I thought we were gonna maybe we'll get into that
gonna
right
dive
towards the end.
like
So
this
that
back half.
maybe that'll be season 6.
what was up with Dr. Robotnik at the end?
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh yeah, doing the Shigaraki.
Slide and go, Dr. Robotic. I'm dying.
They're putting shit in Shigaraki, man.
Yeah, it looked like he had a chunk taken out of his gut.
Yeah, like a worm in his belly.
You
He's
think
a
that
willful experiment.
that was like a flashback to how Shigaraki became
Nah.
or
I think
this
it
is
is.
happening right
I think
now?
it's happening now because Shigaraki's quirk now, the one that we've always known him to have, is alright. It's not like ultra powerful or super crazy. He's like, I'll disintegrate your ass.
He was saying, this is my masterpiece, I'm building something to fight, the likes of All Might.
Yeah. We're gonna see. Shigaraki, you shop at Hot Topic, and it's obvious.
Oh, big.
Spencer's, Paxson.
Definitely.
Zoomy.
Alright, y'all. Bye. Freeze frame.
Thank you all so much for watching this week's episode of My Hero Academia. We'd like to give a special shout out to our super patrons, Raga, Misha, Saki, Clayton Davis, Mr. Momus, and Joe Mag. Thanks again and have an awesome day.